Oh, you're the... I don't remember the name of the second town we went to, but you're the very young lady mayor of the second town. Mayor Maybell and Lila. Joshua, Estelle. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait, you were waiting for us? How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have canceled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Haha, don't worry, I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet, what with everything else going on. What is Duke Doonan thinking? I don't think that man thinks much at all, to be honest. That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too, I had no real choice but to accept. Do you mean Captain Amalthea? Yes, that's her. It sounds like Richard might have some plans for this banquet. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean you haven't heard any word from the Hawken Gate? The General is unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at this banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. Huh. What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at a time like this? Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting his position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Beauzé post-haste. Good for you. No one in here? I guess this is where Dalmor would have been if he wasn't a literal scumbag who hates orphans. I'm just gonna go into the throne room. Oh, they just let me do that, huh? Alright. Bum. Hilda, where are you? I need to have a chat. Hi. Oh, it's this guy. Estelle, Joshua. Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here. With mayoral class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Grancel Castle. Hobnobbing. Cassius is kids to the bone, you are. Took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way. So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for the capital, Captain Amalthea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Laceston Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run too. Army hasn't found them yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. Huh. I asked Captain Amalthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way. We sure aren't. But don't you worry, because we've totally got that covered. We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. Gonna make it happen. I went in this one already, didn't I? Yeah. Anyone in here? Nope. No one in there. Running out of places to go. Hi. This is a place to talk. Please come right in. For drinks, we have anything you can think of, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Well, I don't consume alcohol, so I'll take the non-alcohol, please. Ooh, hello. This looks like an area in a Fire Emblem game that you would, like, do your turn-based strategy combat in. Oh, wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace. I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town, too. Must be great for reconnaissance. As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do. Is there anyone up here that I need to, like, chat with? Or do I need to go back downstairs and try and find Hilda? I probably just need to go try and find Hilda somewhere. Oh, this must be the Royal Keep. Black-clad guys. Who are you? Hey, you two. We're here as guests of the Duke. Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is, but for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now. Oh, you got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us. Does Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey, the princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you. Might I inquire as to what's going on here? Oh, is it Hilda? Madam, we didn't know you were back already. The dinner party will be starting soon, so I went to my room to rest for a moment. And who are our guests? They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a bracer's social standing would ever be invited here. A bracer's social standing? Alright, these guys are like scumbags. Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle? No, that's not what... Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that. Understood. Wow, she's intense. I wonder who she is. But madam, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that the Colonel laid out. Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I'm terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the Royal Keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Ah, all right. That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Huh. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you. I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. Ah, what are the odds? I am the head maid of Grancel Castle, and I oversee all of the housekeeping duties. Haha, we had a feeling. Huh? Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you. There you go. I know this handwriting. You see? We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us. I see. Please come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty. Correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special ops men have had the Royal Keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go. What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the Professor's message to Her Majesty. No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know, and that we'd really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Doonan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why? Are you gonna dress them up as maids or something? Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty? I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome. Understood, we'll be back then. I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best if you wait in your room. Alright, well, I guess now we just go back to our room and proceed the game. It's possible that there's some other mayor person or something I was supposed to talk to, but I'm here to tell you, I don't care. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know. Hey man, you gotta be fashionably late at big shindigs like this. Sorry, we got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all of the mayors. Huh, well aren't we well connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland, plus we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers. Ha, yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grancel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right? Right, for a full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally, that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Grand Cell, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Haha, yeah, it could be. I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. What? Is this just a saying I've never heard before in my life? I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland. Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Sherazard, would you? You know her? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages. Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Kalvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age. Her master? Yeah, probably Dad. Please pardon me, the table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way? Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy? Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in. Come on, you two. It would be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once. Have you ever sat down at a dinner table with Zane before? Joshua, what are you talking about? The goose over the grave thing is an old-timey 18th century saying that you feel a sudden chill. Alright, so Estelle is, like, 400 years old, whatever. This is a dinner party, right? Why are there just plates and silverware but no food? Plenty of knives and forks, though. That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in. And that's all part of having good table manners? And here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary. Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out. Yeah, I guess that's true. Please don't encourage her. On that note, is the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks from the East usually eat with chopsticks. You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in the when in Liberl, do as the Liberlians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion. Haha, you flatter me. Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face. Listen, Estelle, sometimes it just be that way. I think he's more being polite than a lech, though. Anyway, His Excellency is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Huh, indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table is for the Duke, then who might that other one be for? Indeed. Perhaps it is intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Wouldn't that other chair be for Olivier, but thankfully we kicked him out of the group? Presenting His Excellency, the Duke. I wonder if it's going to be Richard, if Richard is with him. Yep. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. You gotta be kidding. We're having dinner with him? I suspected this might happen, but it's still unnerving. Haha, excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Grand Cell Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bose's Anti-Rose restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. Haha, you're not the first to say such things. And what of you? Zane, wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? No, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a taste for Liberlian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers? I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. The invitation was enough of a gift, but this food? Haha, indeed it is a genuine treat. Huh? It's certainly delicious food. And we couldn't miss a chance to attend so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation. Ah, very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the Rouen incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir, maybe so. Even with his butler telling him everything, he still doesn't remember us? Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely, so enjoy to your heart's content. Your Excellency, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first. Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? And what might that be? Huh. I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail. Were you gonna, like, give him control of the throne or some nonsense? Thank you. As you are, no doubt, already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she has been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon. Ah, that's excellent news! Could we possibly go and check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned. Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Haha, indeed you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne to turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan. I don't believe this for a dang second. I don't believe this for a dang second. What? Is this true? Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance. No one is more shocked than I, and I had never believed Her Majesty capable of such faint-hearted thoughts. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of day-to-day stresses, such as having to worry about the birthday festivities. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make. How terrible. Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? I'm ashamed that I've never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits. Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity? I don't speak 18th century. Huh. Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Excellency at his word? No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion. That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty. Huh. Your unease is quite understandable, but we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. Her Majesty said just recently that she plans to make the announcement herself when the celebrations are over. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then? Well, the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Excellency. Well, yes, this is true. I don't think it was his decision at all. I think it was Richard's decision. This dude has a walnut where his brain is supposed to be. Credulity, a tendency to be too ready to believe that something is real or true. Thank you. Welcome to Stream Epic. Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living. He makes it all sound so rational. Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. If we really are to hear an official decree from Her Majesty during the commencement of the birthday celebration, then we'd best prepare ourselves for what she may have to say, no? Haha, I'm glad to see that we have an understanding. Huh. If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy. Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens. I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession? Well, no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Excellency have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibilities upon a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. I'm certain that Claudia must be looking for a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal family of another kingdom. It could bear fruit as early as this year. Oh my. I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate. Huh. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Would it be considered rude in liberal traditions if I were to stand up and punch you in the jaw? I hope that's what he says. It's not what he's gonna say, but if I was Zane, that's what I would say. Zane? Huh? I don't mind. Speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now? That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty. Gotcha. I guess Liberal's military and Bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say. And that is because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then.